Years ago, Mr. and Mrs. Hai worked in Bin Duong for quite a long time. As they got older, they decided to retire and move back to their hometown. Having saved a good amount of money, they built a new, spacious house upon their return. Mr. Hai also rented land for gardening and dug a pond for fish farming. Their children were also doing well financially. In short, Mr. Hai's family was well off and happy. The eldest son, Tam, was about 35 or 36 years old at the time. Tam also worked in Bin Duong as a construction contractor. He was married and had 3 children. The eldest was 10 and the youngest was 2. Because Tam didn't have any projects running at the moment, he brought his wife and children back to his hometown for a visit. While Tam was working, he often drank, and he continued this habit when he returned home. Normally, without alcohol, he was kind and cheerful, but once drunk, he became quick-tempered. After drinking, he would often pick fights and scold his wife and children, acting quite domineering. Whenever this happened, Mr. Hai would scold Tam, and the two would argue. During his time back home, Tam would go drinking almost every night, followed by an argument between him and his father. One morning, the storyteller woke up and was brushing his teeth in the backyard when he suddenly heard people in the neighborhood shouting. They were yelling, "Oh, Mr. Hai, Mr. Hai, your son, Tam, he hung himself. Come look." Someone else shouted, "Help, help." Tam went into Miss Sao's coconut garden and hanged himself. "Oh, help, help." There was so much commotion that the whole neighborhood rushed out. The storyteller, being curious, ran out too. A large crowd had gathered. When he arrived, he saw that Tam had already been brought down. The storyteller saw that Tam's face was blue-purple, and there was a mark on his neck. Mr. Hai's family rushed over. When Tam's wife arrived, she screamed and immediately fainted. Mr. Hai walked over, crying, telling everyone, "Oh, this boy. Last night, he came home drunk and argued with me. I scolded him, and he threatened to leave home, to kill himself, and then he left." Mr. Hai continued, "I thought he went to a friend's house to sleep. Who knew it would come to this? Oh, my son," he cried as he spoke. The whole neighborhood was heartbroken. Mr. Hai's family then took Tam home to prepare for the funeral. During the funeral, the neighbors, including the storyteller, came to help. The storyteller mentioned overhearing Tam's wife telling people that for more than a year, whenever Tam was drunk, or even just sick, he would often tell her that there's a guy inside me telling me to kill myself, to commit suicide. He said this many times, but she never dared to tell her father-in-law because Mr. Hai didn't believe in spiritual matters and would only scold her. When Tam took his own life, the entire neighborhood was already suspicious. Most people in the area strongly believed in the supernatural. They wondered why Tam would do such a thing when his life was so good. No debt, no failures, and a warm, happy family. They began to speculate that Tam was being influenced or urged by an evil spirit, a Vong Ma. A Vong Ma. Now, hearing Tam's wife confirm what Tam had told her, The whole neighborhood was even more convinced that a spirit had caused his death. Mr. Hai's family proceeded to bury Tam. For a short time after, things were quiet. Then, within the 49-day mourning period for Tam, an incident occurred. The storyteller's neighbor, a woman named Hang, lived in poverty and did not have a private toilet, only a separate bathroom. Normally, if she needed to go to the toilet, she would go to her sister's house next door. But on this particular night, it was around 10:30 or 11 p.m., and Hang had an upset stomach. Since her sister's family was already asleep, it felt inappropriate to go over. So, Hang went to her backyard garden, which bordered Ms. Sao's coconut garden, the place where Tam had hanged himself. Hang pulled down her pants, but hadn't done anything yet. When she looked over at the coconut garden, it was dark, so she couldn't see clearly, but she saw a tall, large person standing there. She first thought, why is someone standing there so late? Could it be a thief? But as soon as the thought of a thief crossed her mind, she suddenly heard a voice. It was Tam's voice saying, "Sister Hang, Sister Hang, it's me, Tam. Sister, I've been captured, and I can't go home. Sister, I'm so hungry and cold." The voice was very clear. Hang recounted that even though it was pitch black, and she had only seen a tall, large figure moments before, as Tam spoke, she saw Tam's face clearly manifesting and gradually appearing. She saw it clearly, as the place where she was sitting was only about 3 or 4 meters away. Hang was so terrified that she froze. She couldn't go to the bathroom anymore. She pulled up her pants and ran straight into the house. She hid under the blanket and stayed awake until morning, utterly terrified. The next morning, she went to tell Mr. Hai what happened. However, because Mr. Hai never believed in spiritual matters and often scolded people who talked about ghosts, he didn't believe Hang. He said, "Don't talk nonsense, Hang. My son is dead. You're talking rubbish. It sounds like you're saying my son has become a ghost to scare you. What if the neighbor's here? Don't talk nonsense." Hang insisted, "No, Uncle Hai. I saw it clearly. First, I saw him standing. He's tall, you know. Then I heard his voice clearly, and then I saw his face clearly. It couldn't have been a mistake. Believe me, Uncle Hai. He said he was captured and couldn't go home, and he was hungry and cold. But Mr. Hai wouldn't listen, and even started scolding her. That's enough. You annoy me. Stop talking nonsense. Just go home. I don't want to hear any more ridiculous talk." So, Hang couldn't say anything else and left.